been the ride or die for niggas, and I'm like, I don't ask for all. Like, I done been the girl in the relationship plenty of times where I had more money than the dude I was dating, but I ain't look at him less. I was just like, okay, what you want to do? How can I help you?
Did you
What
really
can we
not look
do?
at him less?
I didn't.
Okay.
Now when he started doing fuck shit, I looked at him less because I'm like, how the fuck you got the audacity to be around here cheating and you broke? Like, what the fuck? How the fuck you cheating, nigga? Your dick ain't even big enough for you to be out here cheating.
All right, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy LaCheston, man. I am the host of the What You Mean podcast, and we're back for another After Hours edition. Um, got a dope person with me. I'm gonna tell y'all how she got here in just a second. You know what I'm saying? But y'all already know what it is when y'all see the red lights and all the other good stuff, man. So without further ado, man, you got the flow, man. Please tell the people who you are and where they can find you.
I am Barbara G. You can find me on IG at B Royal. That's BROYAL underscore B Fly FLY BFLY. I'm mostly an IG type person. If you want to go back and forth and debate some stuff on Facebook, you can follow me at facebook.com/ beautiful queen B.
That's what's up.
That's me.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate you, man, for coming and accepting the invitation to come in, kick it with us and all this other good stuff. And cause I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. A lot of shots I shoot in them DMs, bro, they go. I don't get no type of
Well,
response.
thank you for having me. I will say that it is I'm hard to get.
Okay, okay,
So
okay. So you did me a favor, is what you're saying.
I wouldn't say it was a favor. It was a vibe. I was I'm an energy person, so
You're an energy
I
person.
mean, if I'm here, then I feel like it was meant for me to be here.
I
So it
got you.
all worked out.
So did you, when it comes to being an energy reader, well, let's go ahead and do this real quick, man. So if you do want to follow her or you want to check out her work, we're gonna get to what her work is here in just a second. All the information is down below in the description, man. So make sure if you go follow her, you leave some comments, tell her that you're there by way of the What You Mean podcast, the At the Hours edition. So I don't want to lie. I
Hmm.
don't want to lie.
Gotta keep it 100.
Uh, I'm gonna try to remember as much of this to my recollection as I can. You came across my page because somebody tagged you, or you worked with somebody, or I seen something recently,
Okay.
and I was like, okay, who is this?
Okay.
Okay, then I went to your profile, looked at her work. I was like, okay, she be modeling and shit. I was like, all right, bet. And then that's how I ended up in your DMs anyway.
Okay.
To extend the invitation and say, hey, are you interested in coming in? Because with me, I think the models, the entertainers, the dancers, the kind of sort of people that, or kind of sort of in our industry,
Hmm.
they're a little bit more open to talking, uh, just about whatever. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to having a decent conversation. So, uh, I'm rambling and saying all of this because I'm trying to get back to the root question of when was the exchange of what was going on in the DMs that kind of sort of gave you that kind of sort of like, okay, cool, like this nigga, all right for me to go and kind of sort of sit on this podcast? Because you said you're a vibe person and you read people.
Well, I mean, so the invitation wasn't like it didn't seem like BS.
Okay.
So a lot of stuff, a lot of people jump in and they're like, "Oh, I want you to do this," and then I checked it out and I saw that you guys have been doing a lot of different podcasts. And like I said, I went to the YouTube channel, I checked it out, I watched one or two of the interviews. So
Okay.
I was like, "Okay, cool." I think that'll be a good look. And then I don't know if it was intentional for me to do this particular show.
It was particular for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was gunning for you for the after hours show. So when it come to models, so the after hours was more geared to in season one of getting like OnlyFans models, Instagram models, people that were attention grabbers. Like, you know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like you're the first woman that actually came in and sat down and was like, probably 80 to 90% of my followers are people who engage me or men. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't understand that. Like, if I'm looking at you, that's the stuff I'm looking at. I'm trying to see who's engaging you and why they're engaging you. And I'm not saying that the What You Mean podcast won't 90% men listen to us. We actually want 100% women, 100% women. We're like, give us 200%. We don't want to cut it down the middle and be even. But at the end of the day, I believe in when you're creating content, you get great people that can help you create that content. I mean, at the
Right.
end of the day, we're trying to get our our platform where it need to be at, so we can take care of our people, and you know what I'm saying, be more admirable when we get guests like yourself that we can actually bring in. So we want it to be legit. I think a lot of people think when I invite them to the What You Mean podcast, if they don't take the time to do 2 clicks, because all it takes is 2 clicks. You can
Mm-hmm.
click on my name and go to my profile, and then you see host What
Right.
You Mean podcast, and you click one more time, and then you can actually see, okay, they're actually a real podcast creating content.
Right. So
Um,
I like the name. Um, it was definitely a plus that you have worked with Panda, because I work with
that's how
Panda.
I
So
got you.
that's
Yep,
probably
that's
how you
it
came
right there.
across my
Hey, put my
page.
camera on me real quick. Hold that, put a camera right there. That motherfucker panda. God damn, boy. Go ahead.
So that was a plus. It's always a plus to work with somebody or do something with someone that you know
Right,
someone that you know.
right.
So, like I told you, this is my first podcast.
Okay,
Podcasting has actually been something that I've wanted to do for a minute.
okay,
I've been told so many times that I should start my own podcast just because of the type of content and conversations that I have on my Facebook page.
okay.
Like, I am like
So do me a
unfiltered,
favor, real quick.
unapologetic.
Um, can you grab your phone, which is something I normally don't tell people to do, and can you send me your profile? And
Facebook.
yep, send me your
Okay.
Facebook profile, and that way I can shoot it to my producer that's inside of the booth, so she can send me some stuff, some talking points, some stuff you got on your page.
Okay.
And while you're doing that, hopefully you can multitask and we can still talk.
I got you. So yeah, so a lot of people are intrigued by me because I'm so, like I said, unapologetic. Like I'm just kind of like, this is me. I'm not gonna apologize. I'm gonna
Okay.
say what I want to say. I'm gonna give my opinion. You
Okay.
can like it, you can not like it. You just be respectful with it. Like if you don't agree with it, we can kind of debate back and forth. I'm gonna keep it 100.
I got
Like
you.
I'm gonna tell you how I feel, tell you about yourself, and keep it moving. No hard feelings. I'll cuss you out and then be like, "Oh, what up? You want a shot? You want a drink?" Like, and it's all good. I'm gonna send this to text because
That's cool. Yeah, just
I'm
text it so I
trying to
can just
find the
forward it to her.
Instagram. Okay. But yeah, so um now I will correct and say I don't really categorize myself as a model.
Oh, okay, okay. Let's go there.
um
Let's go there.
but I love photography,
Okay.
and for as long as I can remember, probably middle school, I've always been very photogenic. So when I got to a point where I was just like comfortable in my skin to where it's like, if I want to post this, I'm gonna post it. I don't care how nobody gonna feel about it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care if y'all gonna like it. Y'all can say, "Oh, she thotting," "Oh, she this," "Oh, she that." I don't care. And a lot of women like it because I feel like I empower a lot of women because they're like, "Oh, if she want to go be on the beach butt naked and post it, she gonna post it."
Mm-hmm.
And it's not tasteless. Like it's kind of like, oh, she's just comfortable with herself. Like some of my people know, if I go to your page, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna probably see your titties or I'm gonna see you naked because you so comfortable with yourself. They're
So
like,
is that the reality of what you do? Is just that's an expression that just what you like to do?
I just like to do whatever feels like that's what I like to do. So like, um,
So
I
you
love photography though.
okay.
So I've been working with a few photographers that I regularly shoot with.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of my pictures I've taken myself. So I've been kind of like
With what?
with my camera, just with my iPhone. And I'm like, got my pot, like got my little stick and set it up and be like my timer. And I be like, well, I travel a lot by myself. So I'm like, let me figure out how to get these pictures because I mean, I can't be sitting around missing the opportunity for a good picture because I'm by myself.
I got you. What's your name on Facebook?
It is Barbara,
Mm-hmm.
Barbara, and my last name is Gratton.
G-A
Gratton.
Barbara Gratton.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So So I guess my next question is just gonna be like, so are you liking or not liking the attention that comes with your expression of what you do, or you like some of it but not all of it?
Um, I've been doing it for so long now that I don't really get a whole lot of negative attention. I think people more so get my personality and more so know that it's just me and I'm
Right.
just free spirit. So it doesn't bring a lot of negative attraction. It brings a lot of admiration because a lot of people like that I'm able to live my true self.
And I think the reason I asked you that because you kind of sort of threw it out there. You was like, some people be like, I'm out here thotting or I'm thotting or something like that. So that's why I asked, like,
That
okay,
was like in the beginning. So
okay,
my best friend was like, "Okay, look, cuz I'm really I consider myself a diverse serial entrepreneur. So when I say I'm not a model, modeling is a hobby for me. It
okay,
is something that I do want to get more into and monetize
okay.
and, get more into it. But if I would have to say what I am, I'm an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur that's very diverse because I have experience in a lot of different things.
Okay.
So more people don't see me as a model. They just see me as a very a business person. They like, we know you about your hustle, and you gonna get out there, and if it's some advice or some business advice, they gonna call me because they like either you done did it, you done work with the people, or you know somebody, or you know how to do it because you done did so much stuff.
So you're not a panda babe.
I am a panda babe. So I guess modeling would be one of my. So you know how you have like your main thing, and then you have your subcategories of things you do.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I would say I am a panda babe. I'm Honey Bee.
My nigga. My nigga Teddy
Yes,
P.
I am a panda babe. We put a stamp on it. We put a name on it,
So
and
you the second panda babe to be in here.
okay.
Do you know who the first one
Shout out
was?
to. I can't remember her name, but I know
Lachey
she.
Celeste.
Yes, I'm like I can't remember her name, but I did watch her interview.
You did?
I did. That was one of the ones I watched.
Her ass is crazy.
I didn't get a chance to get through the whole thing, but I
Right.
did watch it, some of
Yeah,
it.
she was like, if you jump in my inbox and you got
Yes,
somebody, I'm
I'm
telling on
telling.
you.
Yes,
I
I
was
remember
like,
that. I
you
do
telling
remember that.
on
She was
folks,
like, "Don't come over here if you got a girlfriend, cause I'm telling,
man.
and don't be trying to take me to Miami and take me on no trips because I ain't going. I'm not going."
How you feel about trips?
Um, I might go.
Okay.
I might go. Um, I have had I've had some good and bad experiences with that, but
Okay.
it depends.
What's your typical like first date? Like what do you consider like to be like nigga going to the like top to impress you type first date?
I don't get a lot of dates.
Why?
Probably because I am career driven.
Okay.
So, I'm hard to get like to lock in. So, most of the things or most of the times it's spur of the moment because it's like, oh, I might be in town. Let's do something. So, it's not a whole lot of time to like pre-plan stuff with me because my schedule is never.
So do you live here?
No, I live in Atlanta.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got
So,
you.
well, I would say I am a bi-resident. So, I've
Okay.
lived both here in Atlanta, but Atlanta is my primary
So how often are you in the house?
when I need to be.
Damn. Desmond, I can hear you, man.
When I need to be. But let's see.
So again, I got lucky, huh?
First date, it lined up because typically, one of my jobs is that I travel for work. So, most of the times I'm like
You don't really have to get into the company or anything like that, but what do you do?
auditing.
Oh hell no.
Well, it's not like IRS or anything, but yeah.
That's automatic what I think. Auditing ain't never good though. I mean somebody getting in trouble. If you looking into somebody, you looking
Uh,
into them for a reason.
it's a simple auditing, but yes, yeah, you can it can get to the point where like, oh, you can't
So what
give
that
you
dating
can't
world
give
like in
evidence.
the A man? Cause
Oh, dating
I
the dating pool got pee in it. I don't do uh-uh. It is pee and some turds floating around in
All
there.
right, so
No.
this is what I hear about the dating pool in Atlanta. So I'm gonna ask you because you're there. I hear that is dope women like yourself in the city. Career driven women excuse me, got their ducks in a row, you know what I'm saying? Whole nine, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to like finding like an ideal guy, like the chances of that is like slim to none. Is that true?
Yes, but I'm not on the dating scene in Atlanta.
So you on the dating
I'm
scene in
not really,
Birmingham?
I'm not on the
What
dating
dating
scene.
apps you on?
I'm not on any dating apps. I'm not really
So you like
I'm not
boys or girls?
actively seeking dating.
Do you
I'll
like
say
boys
that.
or girls?
I like men.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't like boys or girls. I like men.
Okay.
But okay, so dating for me is hard because my schedule is very complicated. I fly out tomorrow. Like literally.
For work?
Yes.
Okay.
So like I'm rarely in the same place more than 24 to 48 hours. So the dating that I get is most of the times when I meet people it's like random.
Okay.
I don't meet people off social media because because of my social media presence, I don't feel like the people want
Who
to date me
engaged you is genuine.
for the yes for the right
Okay.
reason.
So you would
Most of
want
the
to
guys that
be
date me or reach out to me on social media are like, I gotta have you, and to me that's scary because how do you know? Like you don't even know me, you just know my social media presence.
that's normal how that go. So since we there, we're gonna hit this real quick and then we're gonna keep going. But so I normally ask you know, models and people that come on after our shows, what do the DMs look like? What do they look like?
Um, my DMs be a lot of hearts and a lot of so I looked at my message request the other day on Facebook because I don't look at it all the time, and this dude was just like, "I love your titties."
That's what he just came out and just said that.
Yeah, like the previous message before that was just like you beautiful, and then the next one was like I love your titties, and obviously I didn't respond, but I was just like, what's after that?
So do you
Like what's after that?
so do you
What
want
was
to date seriously?
I do? It's just hard.
I get you, man. We finna get to
It's
some nitty gritty
hard.
stuff. I get you.
I do.
I get you.
But it takes so in order to date me, you gotta be like super secure in yourself. You can't be insecure. You can't be like too clingy because I'm on the move. But I am willing to slow down for the right person.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a little bit of patience.
All right.
And most of the times people, we start dating and then it's like we trying to get our schedules together and then I'm like, oh well, I may only have this window. And then we trying to work in that window and then it be a lot of back and forth before we actually get to lock in a time and date. And then if you don't I get bored quick. So if
Wow.
you're not actively, I don't want to be chased, but you do have to kind of like actively pursue me. So I don't like to talk on the phone a whole lot. If I talk to you on the phone a lot, that mean I really like you. But we do have to have conversations.
So
So
you a
some people
text
think that
person?
they can, yeah, but some people think that they can like text you once every 3 days, and then you like that's not gonna ever get to a serious.
I don't even see how that's not suffice for you and given the type of like lifestyle like you say you have. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I'm like that. Like it ain't that I all right, so let me retract this and let me be real. Yes, it's true that guys and both women make time for what they want to make time to.
Hmm.
So if that's me texting you two, three times out of the day to let you know that you thought about you on my mind, you know I'm busy, blah blah blah, but you know I can't wait to see you, whatever, blah blah blah. Then cool, I get that and still make some time to actually to talk to you. So let's just get that established. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But whenever that is being done, it has to be reciprocated. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So with, I think even like like last year, like doing like really like my singleness. Like I think I had finally met somebody that kind of sort of was like on the pace that I'm on, which you're basically describing, which is I really got a lot of stuff going on. So you know, I'm gonna talk to you when I can. I'm gonna text you when I can. I'm gonna see you when I can. Which for some people that operate like you do, that's cool.
Yeah, but even with that, so if it's somebody that I really like, I'm not gonna be like, okay, when I can, I'm gonna get to you. I am gonna make time to be like, okay, I'm free, you want to talk, or I'm going to be in town on this day. Do you want to do something? But in between, like the time where I'm not there, I'm going to still communicate with you.
Right.
But I'm going to let you know in as much advance that I know, like, hey, if it, like, let's say it's somebody I'm dating in Birmingham, right?
Right.
I'm going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to be in Birmingham on this day.
Okay.
Let's do something.
Right.
Or I'm gonna put it out there that I'm free, and then I'm gonna leave it up to you to say, okay, well, I want to do this or that.
Okay.
But you can't be like missing the ball, late responding, not trying to initiate any form of meeting up, and think
Okay.
that I'm still gonna be interested, because
Okay.
I get bored quick.
Okay.
And so
So are you single now?
I am.
You're not texting and calling somebody right now?
What's single? What's your definition of
No, no,
single?
no, 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 no. Don't repeat my question and then try to throw it back at me. So just answer the question as
I'm
is.
dating.
So you got somebody that you texting and calling and talking to every day right now?
Yes.
Okay then.
Mhm.
Okay. What that first date was like?
Now you put me on the spot.
What's your what's your type? What do you like?
I like a boss.
You like a boss? Sound like an Atlanta answer / Birmingham answer.
But I let me see. I'm trying to think. The last few people that I've dated, I don't think any of them are from Atlanta.
Okay.
Atlanta too fake for me. Like,
you gotta fake it till you make it in Atlanta.
It's hard to find a dude in Atlanta that's really who they say they are, or is not a scammer, and most of the stuff that they have is actually from like legit hard work, and then they willing to really like be 100. You gotta think about Atlanta. It's maybe 100 girls to every dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not that chick that's finna chase you, run up behind you, worried about what you got, what you don't have. When it comes down to me wanting to know what you have, it's more so like, can you support me? Can you, if I'm,
When
can
you
you
say
help me? Can
support,
you help
define
me?
support.
Can you help me build? Like, can
Okay.
you help add to me?
Is that from a monetary standpoint? Or is that?
It's not always monetary. It can
Okay.
be emotionally. It can be mentally. It can be spiritually. Like, I got my own money, or I
Okay.
know how to get
That's
my
what y'all
own
all
money.
say.
No, I'm saying everybody had their ups and downs.
Right.
I ain't finna sit here and be like, oh, it's always 100. It's always
Mm-hmm.
racked up. Sometimes you have good times. Sometimes you be in a rebuilding phase where you gotta, go back to the drawing board and start over and be like, whatever. But I know how to hustle.
Gotcha.
So, it may be a time where I'm like, right now, shit tough. So,
What side of town you from?
I'm from Norwood, North
I ain't
Side.
from Birmingham, bro.
Oh, well, you
So
asked
I
me what
don't.
side of town I'm
But
from.
but
Like,
so I was hoping you was gonna say east, west, something
North,
like that.
North Side, which is pretty much downtown Norwood, East North Birmingham. Um,
Norwood. That ain't that over like you go all the way.
Caraway Hospital.
Oh, okay, over there in that
Yeah.
area. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. I got you. That's over there by the Green Acres. It's over there by the railroad track.
Yes,
Gotcha.
but that's North Birmingham. I'm kind of like on the other side of the bridge, more by Caraway Hospital on that side.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So Green Acres, that's my family's business.
What you mean your family business?
So you're very familiar with Green Acres?
I'm familiar with Green Acres because when I first moved to Birmingham in late 2010,
Okay.
maybe 2011.
So when you moved to Birmingham, I was moving out. I moved to Atlanta in 2011.
Gotcha. All right. So I had just graduated Troy.
Okay.
So I was working for a little company, and I told them I wanted to transfer, and they asked me if I want to go to Montgomery, Birmingham. Those the two spots they had open. I was like, man, I don't want to go to Montgomery. Send me to Birmingham. So I came to Birmingham, and I used to work inside of the Wells Fargo Tower.
Okay.
And I used to always be looking for places to go eat because I didn't know my way around. So one day somebody was like, just walk down there to Green Acres. You can literally walk down there. So walk down there, and I'm thinking about it's a regular wing spot.
Mm-hmm.
So I go in and talk about lemon pepper wings.
Like,
I get back to the spot, and it's just like some regular ass chicken. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I was like, the hell this is. So, but
But
It
it was
was a
good.
fair price,
Okay.
and it was easy for me to get to. I didn't have to get in my car and try to find somewhere to eat and make it back to working time because I didn't know my way around.
Okay.
All right, so one day I was actually at work in the break room eating Green Acres, and I didn't eat all of it. And I had one of them coworkers that he was so cheap. Like it
He
ain't that
ate your
he didn't have the
leftovers.
money. Yeah, it ain't that he didn't have the money. He was just cheap. And I will always be like, man, I ain't gonna eat all this. You want it? And he was gonna eat it. You know what I'm saying, or
Yeah.
whatever. He was like, man, why you don't never get all the way? And I was like, what's all the way? He was like, nigga, that's how you get your Green Acres chicken. You get it all the
All the
way.
way.
So I said, all right, cool. I've never liked hot sauce in my life
Mhm.
until I got some all the way chicken,
Okay.
and I noticed that it was a hot sauce that wasn't really hot, but it kind of sort of added that little bit of taste to the chicken that
Mhm.
it needed to, and that little bit of tanginess. And that's when I really became a Green Acres fanatic. Then I got married.
Mhm.
My ex-wife's dad loved the Green Acres over there in North Birmingham,
Mhm.
by the railroad track,
Mhm.
because they serve Bill, and you got to
Mhm.
watch their Facebook page to see when
When
they
they
open to
open.
go over there. You know what I'm saying? And they all the way a little different
It
because they hot
is
sauce is hot.
hot. Mhm.
It ain't like the one downtown on Third
Right.
or Fourth, whatever avenue that is. And I was like, okay, cool, boom, 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 whatever. But I had to slow down on it because I had to change my eating habits. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm a big fan of Green Acres. Anybody that come into Birmingham that's from Bruton, Evergreen, Troy, whatever, because they up here going to the hospital or they just up here for whatever event and they reach out and they be wondering about certain places. Certain places I want to make sure they experience be Green Acres.
Okay. So, quick backstory. So,
Okay.
the Green Acres in North Birmingham is
Okay.
actually the original Green Acres. My
Okay.
grandfather started it.
Your real granddaddy.
It's my dad's dad.
Okay.
So at the time when you were going there, my aunt was the one who was running it.
Okay.
Yeah. So my dad's sister is the one who used to ran the one in North Birmingham, and then the one downtown was my grandfather's brother. He started that one.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's dope, man.
So Grattan, last name, Greg Grattan.
Yeah, damn. Okay. Yeah, you see all the shit on the wall
Yeah.
and the one downtown.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's what's up,
Yeah.
man.
So I grew up in
So you got
in
a
the
stake
Green
in the
Acres.
business?
I do not,
Why
unfortunately.
not?
No, I don't.
You don't want now?
Um, you know how family stuff be.
That part. That part. I ain't even mad at you. We
Yeah,
ain't
so
even gotta talk
unfortunately
about
I
that no
never
more. I
met
feel
my
you.
granddad. He
Okay.
passed before I met him. And my aunt and my dad had a estranged relationship. So um when my grandfather passed, aunt got the business and my dad got the house.
Okay.
So it was never kind of like a family thing where we all came together and did it together. So
Okay.
it was kind of like a battle, who's gonna get what. My dad didn't really want the restaurant at the time, so my aunt kept the restaurant because she was already running it.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad, he got my grandfather's house, and we grew up in the house.
Okay. That's what's up, man. So when's your next shoot?
Um, I don't know because I'm working on some other things, some other professional things right now. So I kind of fit one in when I get time.
Who's the
So,
next person you're gonna work with?
um, me and Panda's supposed to be making some other stuff
That nigga fire,
happen.
man. I had to give him his flowers every time somebody bring his name up because that nigga fire, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
he
I'm
is.
trying to go to a big talk, cuz. Hey,
Right.
come take me to the big talk, cuz. I want to go to the big talk too.
Are you familiar with Antonio Weatherly? Okay, well that's my dog. So we have some stuff coming up. That was the last person I shot with.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I know Antonio. I don't know him.
yeah.
I know him because my ex would normally go shoot with him when she was mad at me.
Oh, well that sucks, but
Yeah. So, I mean, anytime she had some pictures to pop up, that was the nigga who shot him. I mean, I don't know anything about him outside of that. I ain't never met him. I ain't never had a conversation with him. I ain't never been in the same room with him. I think that I've seen some of his work. I think some of his work is definitely dope. Um, I've heard that he tries to be more of an editorial shooter.
mhm.
So
And he likes a lot of natural stuff too.
yeah.
Like not a whole lot of filters, kind of natural beauty.
Well, I ain't even gonna say filters. I'm gonna touch my images up, but I don't like to have you looking fake.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I'm gonna touch it up, and it's gonna look nice, but if I get to a point where I feel like I'm taking away from you, I gotta start over from scratch. Like
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I mean, some people need it though.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Some people do need it. You know what I'm saying?
But
But
you know, you sometimes you gotta get your dream photo shoot by any means possible.
I guess,
And
man,
we want the work to look good. So
that TFP in out here, and I ain't talking about the real TFP. I'm gonna read this status, man, that you dropped a day ago. Says something
oh, here
about
we
a
go.
man saying slash thinking paying bills so your woman can work on herself and build up her career and goals is getting her ready for the next man. Screams you only have money to offer in order to keep, I guess, a woman.
Yeah.
What was you trying to say with that? What was you trying to say with that?
So the topic lately has been simping, right?
Then
So
we have to talk
everybody
about
was,
Russell
yeah,
again.
everybody was talking about Russell Wilson and he a simp and who else? I can't think. But we just gonna say him for
All right,
instance.
that's cool.
And it's like, okay, a guy said that obviously women don't know the definition of simps, right? So
Okay.
I'm like, I would think that a simp would be somebody who does something for a woman that he knows is really not into him. He probably doesn't have a chance of being with her, but he's buying her affection, her attention, and doing things just to kind of keep her around.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that a normal man wouldn't do, but is that a good definition of what a simp is?
That's a decent explanation of it.
Like overly going out of your way for a woman who ain't really fucking with you?
But that I think that's one definition. That's like because we looked at Webster can have like 1A, one B,
Yeah.
one C to give you a couple different narratives of it. I think a lot of people just for the sake because we brought up Russell. I think that Russell they look at Russell as quote unquote simping simply because of the fact that Sierra was with Future before him. And Future is the bad boy of the game that can literally probably pull the baddest in the game if he want them. And then she went to a God fearing man that the world quote unquote thought she didn't deserve for whatever reason, not because of her personality or who she is,
Mm-hmm.
but they just drew that conclusion simply because of the fact that she was with Future prior to him. So I think Russell is who he is just because that's who he is. You know what I'm saying? He believes in taking care of his woman if that's who he with. You know what I'm saying? It didn't have to be Sierra. It could have been anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like this is who I am. This is the man that I am. This is how I want to be received. And if you can do that, then these I'm not saying that he said these are the benefits that you get, but essentially at the end of the day, this is the kind of man I am. And if you can get on board with that, then we're gonna be okay. So I think a lot of people I think a lot of people that call people simps, number one, I think a lot of them niggas just haters,
I
first
think
and
so too.
foremost.
And I think they maybe call him a simp because he corny. And there's nothing
I
wrong
don't
with
even
being.
think he corny, bro. I think that all right. So we had
There's
to
corny cool and there's lame corny. I think there's
I think I'm a mixture of all of
I
them.
think there's a level of corniness. Sometimes you can be like so corny that it's just kind of like, what the fuck is you doing?
But some women like that though.
Exactly. And it's like, are y'all really just mad because the guy that has no swag got Sierra?
I ain't gonna say Russ ain't got no swag now.
I can't even say if he do or not because I don't care enough. Like I don't follow him. I don't not follow him. I know who he is because of Sierra, and I think he's been put on a platform or a spotlight because of Sierra.
Man, hell no, man. He's a great fucking quarterback.
Okay, from your perspective, because you're a man.
No,
But I'm saying
he's a
I don't
great.
know
He's
because
a
I don't watch
all
football.
right. So let's X Sierra out for a second.
Hmm.
Before Sierra, we talking about a Super Bowl winning quarterback breaking records, man.
I
All
get
right,
it.
you know what I'm
I wouldn't
saying?
know that though.
The flip side of that coin is he is a real Christian believer. Like he for real about it. Like
Mhm.
that, like he's gonna talk about it in the media. He's gonna talk about it on social media. Like that's just who he is. You see what I'm saying? So of course, the demonized world we live in and the society we live in, they're gonna portray that as, you know, whatever they want, however they want to look at it.
Right.
So let's just say he started being in probably unwanted headlines, excuse me, because he started dating Sierra.
Okay. And I think everybody try to knock Sierra, like you said, because she dated Future, but it's like she was in the entertainment world. Like it's hard for people that's in that industry to not date people that are of certain backgrounds because you around those people all the time. Sometimes people link up and it's an unexpected match. But just because she dated Future doesn't mean that she's unworthy of having a good man. She went through that situation. She learned from it. A lot of us then been with some people and some men we shouldn't have never ever came across. We shouldn't have never gave them a call back, a first date, a second date, a hit, a double back. We should not have spent the block. Like a lot of that. And it's like I ain't gonna look at myself or think less of myself because I dated some questionable guys in the past. But in response to your question about that post, so there was a post that I reposted
Okay.
where a guy stated that he makes over 3 times what his girl makes and
Hmm.
she pays zero bills. In the 10 months that they've dated, she's paid off her student loans, beefed up her emergency funds, and improved her credit score. And he said, I love that for her. And most of the men that commented on that post said that he was a simp.
All right, so 80% of niggas who commented on there said that she was a simp, ain't got no money, and they broke. All right. So let's get that established for number one. Number two, I can see why they respond like that. So for men that are established, right? You know what I'm saying? Got they shit together. If you dealing of someone of on a lesser is not a word, I'm sorry, on a less caliber than you're rolling the dice. You see what I'm saying? Because the question becomes, could she have obtained and did those things had she not been with him? You see what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So if she decided to leave him and go get somebody else or do something else, the guys that are saying he's simping, that's what they're automatically thinking. It's automatically registering in our mind that okay, no woman can be faithful. Women gonna do what they want to do. They leave you on the drop of a dime once they get what they want, and they're gonna keep it moving or whatever the case may be. So at the end of the day, the guys in the comments, that could be their ideology behind why they said what they said.
Mm-hmm.
So, but me personally, and I can only speak for me, and people might call me a simp, but at the end of the day, I just grew up, you know what I'm saying, kind of rough. You know what I'm saying? I was raised by a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, I believe and mean that my mom had three of us. So, bruh, you ain't even got no business coming through here trying to slang no meat, trying to do nothing if you can't even accept the fact that it's her and three kids and you need to be able to
Right.
contribute something to it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So that's how I grew up. So naturally, from me, no matter the level of what our friendship, relationship, companionship, situationship, no matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? I personally just feel like women can give themselves to whomever they decide to give themselves to. So if she decides to give herself to you in whatever manner that she does, you know what I'm saying? Especially the ones who do not ask for anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just like you for you. They
Mm-hmm.
like the laughter you give to them. You know what I'm saying? They like the fact that you can cook, or they like the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you a dope photographer and you got great conversation with work, whatever the
Right.
case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at all of those factors and you look at everything that a man can contribute to a woman that gives him anything, you know what I'm saying? Then naturally, for me, I just feel like if there was a day that she called and asked, or a day that she texted and asked for something, you know what I'm saying? And if you can, then just do it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Or if you have that level of friendship or whatever it is that y'all got going on with her, and she's trying to do something, you know what I'm saying? If you do it out of the kindness of your heart, then you won't look at it in any other
Right.
aspect
Because you're not
because at the
expecting
end of the day,
nothing.
you just wanted to win. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I can't say to everybody like that. You know what I'm saying?
They
I
not.
done, I done been on the bad end of that stick. Well, I felt like I was ultimately trying to buy somebody affection, buy somebody time, like use my money to prove that I want you around or I want to be with you or whatever the case may be. And when you end up bad, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to ask yourself the question of who's ready to blame.
Mhm.
So that's why them guys gonna say that they're simping. Like you simping, bro. Like you shouldn't even did it because you got some women out here that you got guys doing that stuff for, and then they over here fucking niggas that can't do nothing for them at all.
Right, true.
But so it's the little quote of the good guy always loses. Like I've been that guy. The good guy will almost definitely lose. Like I was probably in my prime doing the most that I wanted to do when it came to women. When I was a hoe, when I was a dog, when I cared, but I didn't care, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to dog you out or nothing like that. But at the end of the day, I was probably dealing with multiple people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, and when I was in that mode, I got more attention from more women than I did when I set my ass down and was like, okay, I want to concentrate on one person or I want to try to be with one person or whatever the case may be. Like, that's when shit went the fuck
Yeah.
downhill. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on who's calling it a simping or simping. You know what I'm saying? Because it depends on their stature.
And most guys were saying that it's simping because I guess based on the post, they only been together for 10 months. That's not his wife. It's only his girlfriend. And they was like, well, oh, as soon as she get her stuff together, you only building her up for the next man. So that's what prompted my post to say, if you feel like him doing that is making her better for the next man, like how do you even get that? Like it just baffles me when people
What
formulate
did
these
he look
whole
like, bro?
who the person who said
Yeah.
this.
I think that's what's
I had
really
to go
drawing
back
this
to the
out.
post.
I think that's what's really drawing it out too.
But it's just kind of like, you know, it's crazy to me how people like form these opinions
Right.
on situations with just that little bit of content. And people was like, oh, they was like, who is the
This one.
girl? And somebody was like, oh, some girl that's trying to start up her lash business, that's gonna go run off to the next dude. And I'm like, how you come up with all that? The whole post is just about the fact that I gave her an opportunity to stack her bread and look at what she did. She paid off her debts. She saved up her emergency funds. She did this. Like, she could have just not did shit. So it's like, okay, y'all mad at the girls that be like, oh, well, this nigga paying the bills. I ain't finna do nothing but smoke all day and lay up on the couch because I know I ain't got no bills. So it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't.
I was just about to say, Miss B, I think we got to look at where we at in society in 2023. You just have women that have diluted the market of seeing the value in a man that does that. So naturally, the defense of men, that's just where we are.
Yeah.
Where we've been dogged out to the point where, damn, I done been that good dude and done the good things, and all I did was end up losing.
Yeah.
So, you got a couple of bitter guys in there that have tried to do it the right way.
Sometimes you gotta blame yourself too, though.
Like I said, it's a roll of the dice with any
Yeah.
woman, though. You know what I'm saying?
And it's the
It's
same because I done been that girl that didn't been ride or die for niggas, and I'm like, I don't ask for all lot. I done been the girl in the relationship plenty of times where I had more money than the dude I was dating, but I ain't look at him less. I was just like, okay, what you want to do? How can I help you?
Did you
What
really
can we
not look
do?
at him less?
I didn't.
Okay.
Now when he started doing fuck shit, I looked at him less because I'm like, how the fuck you got the audacity to be around here cheating and you broke? Like the fuck? How the fuck you cheating, nigga? Your dick ain't even big enough for you to be out here cheating. Like what? I accepted you and your little bitty ass penis and helped you, and you still cheating the line? Like the audacity! Oh my god!
Hell
So
no.
I could be bitter. Oh my god! But I'm like, hey, at the end of the day, that was my choice to stay in that situation. That was my choice to not see the red flags and be like, this is not. I dated a dude in high school. I mean, not high school, college. Met
I
him
was
in
about to say high
college.
school was a long
Met
time
him in
ago.
college. He was a football player. I peeped game. I was like, this nigga, he a jock. He on some old shit, and it's cool, nigga. Get your jock on. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't.
So you want him to just be with you and just
No, I didn't. He was kicking it like, oh, I like you, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, okay, let's hang out. But you always busy. Okay, cool, I get it. So I'm like, then you ain't gotta. It is what it is. I already expect you to tied up because you play football, right? So I'm
Right.
already expecting it to be like on some, oh, you got hoes, right?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, cool. But he like, no, I like you, whatever. But it was inconsistent. So just so happened, me and this other girl I knew that I worked with, she asked me to go to church with her one day. I go to church with her. This nigga's at altar call. At altar call with a girl holding hands. I was like, oh, now I see why you ain't been answering the phone. Like, you got a whole girlfriend. Like, I get it. But I ain't mad. Do you? I ain't gonna call you out. I ain't gonna bust your spot.
That's
It was just
something.
kind of
Hey,
like,
that's
I peep. Game, peep, game. I got it.
that's like somebody I know, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Negroes will be patient, do the church thing, do the waiting, do the celibacy with quote unquote the girl that they think is gonna be the ideal one, and still be doing their thing while they
Yes.
in the process of waiting on her. You see what I'm saying?
I'm like, where's you
I done
really?
been that
I'm
dude
like, where you
before.
really waiting on her? But I'm like, okay, this your girl. Cool, I get it. You kind of trying to entertain me, but you literally are in this whole relationship because you're not going to church with this girl in altar call, holding hands at the front of the church with just no girl that you ain't serious about, right? So I ain't even let him know. I ain't even be like, I saw you in church. I ain't say none of that. I was just like, cool. I fell off. I just fell back, right? So we run into each other again some years later. I was bartending. And he like, oh man, like he had kind of hit me up in my DMs a couple times, and I was just like, I ain't fucking with you, like nigga, you ain't shit, like I ain't fucking with you. And so he was like, no, like man, for real, like okay. So against my better judgment, I'm like, okay, because we had good chemistry as friends, you know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right,
Like he was a cool. I was just like, I know what it is,
right, right.
and so spent the block with him, you know what I'm saying? And I was really just on some like trying to be cool shit. But found out that the girl that I saw him in church with was actually like they had got engaged, supposed got married, shit didn't work out. Now you back on the prowl. Now you want to spin it back to me like, oh, what's
That's what
up?
you're supposed to
You
do.
know what I'm saying? So entertained it. Wasn't really even looking for a relationship at the time, but he just all like, oh, this was right before I moved to Atlanta. So I'm like, I'm about to move to Atlanta, so I ain't trying to be in a relationship, but in his mind, he like, oh, well, you ain't finna let me move to Atlanta and not be like, you my girl, cause like the competition for the niggas that's in Atlanta, he probably was like, I gotta lock this in, right?
Right, right.
And I'm like, I ain't trying to, we ain't gotta do all that. Like, we good with where we at, right?
Right,
Because
right.
I'm like, you couldn't possibly be that serious about me and you just got out of engagement. Like, I ain't stupid, You say
So do
it
you
was
believe in monogamy?
I believe monogamy is possible
Okay.
when you find the right person. I
So
feel like sometimes you may need 3 people to get that one person that you may all the qualities of what you're looking for. If you just so happen to find that one person that has enough of the qualities that you need, then you can be monogamous.
so are
I
you
believe in polygamy too.
okay?
Yeah, I feel like whatever works for you works for you.
Okay.
If it
So which one do you prefer?
I prefer currently openly dating.
Okay. So
So
just having the ability to, if you decide you want to do something, be able to do it.
until I find the person that's giving me checking off enough on that list to be
So
like,
what's your
this
list?
it.
Let's get to that. Yeah, before we get out of here, let's get to that. Yeah, let's talk about that list real quick.
Well, like I was saying, my list would be somebody, like I said, that's supportive.
Okay.
I've done enough build a man projects that I ain't trying to build no more men. So I need you to kind of know what you want to do in life. You kind of have it figured out enough to where you kind of stable in what you want to do.
Okay.
Somebody that I could build with. So I've done a lot of stuff and established a lot of stuff by myself.
Mhm.
So it's like if I'm gonna be with somebody, then you better get with me now. Cause once I get to a point where I've established a lot, I'm building a team, and you gonna
Okay.
have
So
to
so so
you gonna
once
have
you
to be ready to be on the
so
team.
yeah so once you get to the established a lot
Once I
part.
get to Oprah, you Stedman, and you gonna have to be with Stedman and
Damn.
Eric and the rest of them,
Damn.
and who gonna be the
Damn.
point guard, who gonna be the forward, the
Damn.
power forward. You gonna have to pick your strength and stick with it.
Damn. Damn. And damn again.
I'm just saying, like men. I feel like men be like, they don't when they get to a certain level, it's like, well, why do I want to be with one woman when I've already established everything? So that's why most men have multiple women, because it's kind of like finding that one girl that's gonna really care about you for you and not try to use you and not try to get with you because you got money and you successful. I feel the
So
same way as a
how many women
woman.
you think in the world operating on that manner right now?
Probably not a lot, but
Like,
I'm not the average woman.
no, 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 no. That is not the
Oh,
answer I thought you
what's
was gonna give me.
oh?
How many women do you feel like are operating on the merit of what you just said in terms of just trying to get with people to see what they can get out of them?
Oh, a lot of women.
Why do you
And
think that is?
I feel like it's social media.
Social media?
It's social media. You know, everybody see these social media relationships where the influencers, they get with these rappers and they taking them on $500,000 shopping sprees on the first date and all of this. So now everybody's just kind of like, either what you gonna do for me, what you gonna show me that I ain't never. And I get it. If you a millionaire and you take a girl out on a date, spending $100,000 probably ain't nothing to you.
Right.
So you want to, especially if you're dating a girl that got money too.
Right.
So your experience to her is to show her something that she can't either. She showing her something that she ain't never did.
Right.
Right. So your first date, if you doing something with her that she can do next week by herself, like, what is the experience in that?
I get it, and
Right.
that's why I ask you like what were some of like your first dates like? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, one of my
Because
good first dates was the botanical gardens. I was
just
like,
walking and talking.
just walking and talking and getting to know each other and just being genuine. It wasn't like you had to spend a whole lot of money. We just kind
Are
of.
you or and when I say simple, I don't mean simple in a bad way because I know some people can be like, "You that simple," and you take it really bad. I don't.
I'm not
We're,
easily
we're talking
offended.
about dating. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Are you really that simple when it comes to dating?
Yeah, because it's the originality and it's the thought, because I don't have a whole lot of time. So it's like the fact that you actually thought out, let's go do this, let's actually get to know each other. It could be a drive-in movie where we going and watching a movie and we eating some homemade tacos or something. Like, I'm just that down to earth that it's like, you know,
So where your sex drive be at and all this? I mean, god damn. I mean, you saying you here, you there, you doing this, you make time here, maybe for this or for that. Like what you carrying a rose with you everywhere you go? Like what's going
man,
on?
listen, them roses are the devil. Okay? Listen.
Holy
Those
shit.
roses are the devil. Okay. I'm not carrying a rose with me because those things are like, you been and came with a rose and your body ain't even caught up to the you didn't came physically and you ain't came mentally. You're like, what the fuck just happened?
Hey
Like,
Desmond, we're gonna get our friend one of them, Desmond. I'm gonna go half on it. You gonna go half with me? She shot me 2 times.
so my sex drive, I would say, is I have a lot of self control over my sex drive.
Okay.
So, if I'm with somebody and I'm dating somebody, then it's there. The I'm mostly mentally stimulated.
Okay.
So, if we have a good connection, good energy, then it's on and popping.
I got you.
If I'm not dating somebody, then money make me come. So I'm focused. I'm focused. So it's not like I'm like, oh, I got to get some.
I
Like,
feel you.
I'm just chilling.
And I mean, I'm 2 years ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely get that. I was just telling my staff when I was talking to them, getting ready for you to get here, that I'm really like the same way. Like I'm so career driven. The goals that I'm trying to hit, man. Like I don't know if I would necessarily have the time when I cut it on. Like when I cut on this, when I cut on photography, and I cut on script writing, when I cut on making phone calls, making connects, trying to network, trying to get back to traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I'm thinking. So
Yeah.
I don't think that it would be fair to any woman. But every now and then you come across some women like yourself that you move the same way. So finding that little time to link up and do whatever whenever you can, like it's cool because we're both doing the same thing.
Right.
So it just naturally makes sense. But that's where I said this in my first season of podcasting. I'm gonna say it again. It's a difference in poom poom that fall in your lap versus poom poom you willing to go get.
Right.
Right? So I was just telling them about the poom poom that fall in my lap. I don't necessarily always want the poom poom that fall in my lap.
Yeah.
Like if I want it, I want it, and then okay, I see how whatever I need to do, as far as establishing some lines of communication on with whomever this person is that I want to share that moment or that realm with.
Mm-hmm.
But just because you offering it or it's out there don't mean that I'm just gonna take it, because I don't. It's time consuming.
Mm-hmm.
It's energy consuming. If you let my producer tell it, she gonna go real spiritual on you and tell you about all the soul ties and
Right.
all this other good stuff. Like she gonna take you all the way down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
She gonna get you down in the hallelujah corner, and then she gonna bring you back. But she ain't gonna let you stay there too long. She's still gonna take you back down again.
Right.
But it's for me, I get what you're saying. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like if it go, it go.
Right.
If it don't, it don't. I'm not in the nature of trying to force it to go,
Right.
because that force that it would take, I'd rather put that force somewhere else with what I'm trying to do with my life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I think my best explanation for where I am sexually is quality over quantity. So
As in, it need to be good meat.
yes. So
Okay.
or
Okay.
just saying that the quality of the relationship with that person. So I would rather have sex with somebody that overall the quality of our relationship is good, because I'm gonna enjoy the sex more if it's somebody that I'm really fucking with and vibing with and connecting with, and the
I was just about
chemistry
to
is
say it's
good,
something about that
than just
connection.
being like, oh, I need some dick.
I
It's
feel you,
very rare that
but
I'm like, oh,
but
I
I think
need
it's
some dick.
it's a lot of women like that. It's just
It comes
that's
with
how a
age.
lot of
It comes
odd
with age too.
but that's how a lot of oddballs get lucky, because they just so happen to be that person that's been lingering around long enough, and it's like you just need some meat, so you place that text or you place that call, and then that's when that word you just talked about, that's when really the simping really start taking effect, because that one person that you probably shouldn't have gave it to, but they've been lingering around long enough, talking long enough, or whatever the case may be, so you feel comfortable or safe enough just to do it with this person. Now simping is to the 10th power, because now he thinking he making some type of leeway, when at the end of the day you just trusted him, or had a small enough a connection with him to come and just drop some meat off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they can't cipher through the difference.
Right.
You see what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I guess I got to the point where I'm just like, I ain't wasting no numbers.
I feel you on that shit.
So I'm like, if, cause I know I got, I'm sorry, I got some top quality.
That's what all women say, though.
But
All women think they got the best poom poom in the world.
And you right. And I ain't gonna say it's the best in the world, but I speak off of I speak off
mediocre
survey
poom poom,
results,
bro.
and not
That nigga
just
said
me
survey
saying,
results.
you know what I'm saying? So sometimes I be like, it can't be that good. Like you acting like this, like
Man,
you know.
hell no.
I'm just saying. So I'm like, if I'm giving you this, then I gotta get something out of it.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
I gotta get something out of it,
I
other than
feel
just a nut. Cause like you say, the
I
wrong
don't know now. I don't know now. A nut sometimes is just suffice now. You know, a nut is suffice sometimes, especially what you just said. It got to be it got to be good. Like if I finna do it, I need it to be good. It's like at the end of the day, if I ain't getting nothing else out of the situation, you need to make sure you blow my back out. You know what I'm saying? Type of deal. Like
But
I
see,
mean,
I'm not gonna give you the opportunity to be like that, because I'm gonna make sure that if we fucking, that it is something that is gonna come out of that with this person, that's gonna, at the end of the day, if it work or if it don't work, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, at least that situation was beneficial in some way. It don't have to be monetary, it can be whatever, but I feel like I was fucking with you and it benefited me. It increased the quality of my life in some kind of way.
I got you. I got you. That makes sense, man. I got one more thing, and then we gotta get ready to bring this to a close, man. I did get one more little post, man, I want to bring up before we get up out of here. Men be mad and looking crazy when women ask for money, but guess what? He definitely gonna ask for some cat. Don't be mad because she beat you to the ask. Let's jump in there real quick.
Okay.
And you just ended it by, if you give it up, it need to be beneficial in some type of way. So I think that was a great time to go ahead and read that one so we can turn the corner.
So okay, so the meaning behind that was just like, dudes always be like, oh, women want, like, women be want money, women be want money, and I'm just like I said, if I'm fucking you, I feel like if I ever get into a situation where not saying every time you turn around I'm asking you for some money.
Right.
But if something happened and I'm like, oh, because some people really do have emergencies. You know
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying?
I get it.
And I feel like if we fucking, then the first person I should be able to call
It's
should
the
be
nigga you
the
fuck.
nigga I'm fucking.
Yeah, I get you.
If my car break down or I catch a flat tire,
I should
the
be able to
first
call.
person I should be able to call
Yeah,
is the person
I
I'm
get you.
fucking.
I get
So
you.
I'm like, okay, ask for it. I'm gonna ask. If it's something that I need, maybe if it's something that I want. If we fucking, I'm gonna ask for it.
I feel you.
Because if it's the tables a turn, if you want some pussy, you gonna ask for it.
I feel you. I feel you. I ain't even gonna be mad at that. You know what? Because I got a baby sister, and I told her one day, I said, "Look, man, poom poom ain't free, bro. Like, I don't care how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Everybody like, oh, that's prostitute. And
no,
I'm like,
no,
at
and
the
I don't
end
even
of the
mean it.
day, like, even if it's like no money exchange, like I just said, the dude that jumped in my DMs was like, I love your titties. I promise you, if I probably would have responded, he would have been like, so what's up? And the so what's up, or I have people that randomly like pull up. Like, if you asking me to pull up and it's after a certain time, you ain't gonna let, I'm not naive to think that you ain't gonna eventually wanna fuck.
I got you.
So it's like, and then everybody was like, dudes don't be asking for pussy. Dudes is not asking for pussy. I'm like, all right, like how old are we? And you like, even whether you verbally ask for it, whether you insinuate
I'm
or
glad.
whatever.
I'm glad you said that, because that goes into play with the whole deal with people, that these women that's taking these flights. You know what I'm saying? And thinking that these dudes don't want to smash when they go to wherever they going on these flights. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's exactly what you said. It's kind of sort of just something that goes without being said.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't.
And if you don't have the conversation, because a lot of people be like, oh, that's something you need to talk about before you get there. I'll sit here today and say, I didn't went on a trip with a dude, didn't have a conversation about sex. He tried it, and at the end of the day, it didn't happen. But I wasn't in a position where if he would have got mad or felt a certain way, I couldn't get myself back home.
Right.
So it's like, okay, if you didn't have that conversation, because maybe I was at school and he was like, yo, meet me here. And you don't really know what it's going to be like when you get there.
Right.
Because sometimes, I ain't going to say in every situation a dude trying to fuck. Depending on how the trip go, he may be like, oh, okay, well, we vibing, so, you know, what's up? And you may can be like, you know, okay, well, you know, but I still ain't really, I ain't trying to go there.
I got you.
So it's different scenarios for that. But you know, based off the conversation before you get to that trip and before you get to where you going, if
I know
nigga
before
wanna
I
fuck
even
you or
invite
not.
you.
But I'm saying, you know, based off the vibe and the conversation you have
I
with
know before I
somebody,
invite you.
if they gonna want to fuck you or
Yeah,
not.
I know before I invite you.
Cause I got homegirls that's be like, oh, I'm going to meet so and so, and they probably ain't never fucked them, and ain't fucking when they got there, and it wasn't an issue, and they went and they hung out and they had fun and they went back. Not every situation where not every situation a dude is gonna want to fuck. It just depends on your relationship and what your previous conversation was with that person.
I don't know, man. I think in 2023, man, guys are basing, like, they're not extending an invitation to go anywhere or do anything without the hopes of hanging in the median that, I hope you know I want to smash. Now, a billion of us out here ain't going to jail over no poom poom. You know what I'm saying? So you right. It's some guys that can get themselves and handle themselves when they put themselves in a situation, and they don't get that. It's some guys that know how to take it and flip it, and even though they mad that they didn't get it, and they didn't spend this bread on plane tickets, Airbnb, hotel, nice restaurants, VIP bottles, whatever, to do whatever, they know how to cope with that loss and press through.
Yeah.
Because them be the people that ain't really that broke for real.
Right.
Like, it's an L I took,
Right.
whatever the case may be. The people that's leaving the folks at the airport and upset, I can't say that they wrong. I can't say they wrong, but them be the people that, them be the niggas that you don't know if they saved up 2 of their checks to get their plane ticket.
Yeah.
They saved up 2 more checks to get their Airbnb.
But I feel like if you did all of that and you know that you saved this money, you better be having that conversation like, girl, I didn't say I'm cheeks is clapping when you get here. Like, you can't make sacrifices and then expect somebody to just automatically be down with the get down. If
I
you
feel
had
you.
to make sacrifices to get that girl there, and you know you gonna want to smash, then you need to let her know, look, before I buy this ticket, because you know
Some
this
guys ain't gonna
this
say
whatever.
that. Sometimes, like again, sometimes just some guys feel like it just goes without being said. Like
Yeah.
if I'm finna fly you out, like you already hipped and you already know what's going down. You even I done had some girls that I talk to, like they already be hipped and they be like, I already know what's up. Like if I ain't fucking, I ain't even going. Like I already know what's up.
I
Like
had a dude fly me out, or offer, because I didn't end up making the trip, but he offered to fly me out. We never talked about sex, but he did make it known that he wanted to get to know me.
mhm.
So I'm flying out with the presence of us getting to know each other. So that doesn't automatically mean I'm gonna fuck you,
Right.
because we kind of knew each other though, like beforehand. And but I didn't end up going on the trip, and it was so funny because first you offered to fly me out, and I wasn't even on no like bougie shit. I was just like, okay, whatever. So he like, oh, Spirit, you know, whatever, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just
The
entertaining.
nigga flew you Spirit?
I didn't go, but that was the ticket that he bought. So
Damn.
just so happened I had a work trip that overlapped the trip, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna be able to make it. But I offered to give him his money back. I was like, I ain't trying to make you, I don't want you to feel like I'm just like chucking you off, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
or don't care. I see you spent money, because he had like planned us to horseback riding or whatever, and I couldn't make it, and I was like, you know, I'll give you the money back. He declined the money back. I had to actually go, so I was supposed to meet him in Texas.
Mhm.
I ended up having to go to Vegas for work. So he sees me in Vegas, and he see like I'm in Vegas for work, but of course, who goes to Vegas and don't go out, right?
Mhm.
So he see me out in Vegas, and he like, oh,
Via
so
social media?
yeah. So
Okay.
so he felt salty because he was like, well, you canceled on me, and you out in Vegas, whatever. I think you just, you know, you just shitting on me or whatever. He felt slighted, and I was like, hold up. I offered to give you your money back. Who's not gonna hang out? Like, how you gonna be mad at me because I'm in Vegas hanging out? Like, I ain't like I ain't tell you and I just didn't show up, and now you see me in Vegas having, you know, parlay, you know, just fucking off.
Got you.
So I'm like, okay, I don't understand why you mad, but okay, cool, lose my number.
Wow.
Because what I'm not gonna do is explain myself.
Got you.
Especially when I gave you the courtesy of saying I can't make it.
Right.
Offer to reschedule and offer to give you your money back.
Right.
You said you didn't want the money back. Then you want to go back and forth with me about what the fuck I'm doing in Vegas. I want my time in Vegas. That has nothing to do with you.
Got
Fast forward, because I was like, lose my number. Fast forward to him having like getting arrested and having to run it back and spin the block and ask me for some money.
Wow.
And I was like, now I'm petty because I'm a Capricorn.
Here we go with that zodiac
So
shit.
you
We ain't even finna go
we
there.
not. But anyway, I was just like, yeah, nah, bro. I offered you your money, you declined it. We
Look,
good.
man, I have been Georgie, Miss B. I really appreciate you sliding through, man, and showing platform some love, man, and just getting to the juicy of the juicy, man. So, real quick, as we get ready to get out of here, man, real quick, just let the people know again who you are and where they can find you.
Again, I am Barb G. You can follow me on IG at BROYAL_BFLY, BRoyal_BFly. Facebook, if you want to debate, Barbara Gratton, GRATTON. It was definitely a pleasure being on the show, and I hope this is part 1 or 2 because I feel like we got a lot more stuff to discuss.
Yeah, man, we'll get to the get to, man. So y'all already know, man, it's your boy LeChester, man, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man, listening. If you're watching, man, thanks so much for watching. But before you turn it off, man, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and make sure you leave some comments. You know what I'm saying? Tell us how you feel about some of the things that we talked about in the comments below. If you're listening in your podcast right now, man, you already know. Thank you for the download, thank you for the follow, thank you for the like, thank you for favoriting, whatever you done on whatever platform that you are doing it on, man. So this has been another After Hours edition. Again, I'm your boy LeChester, man. Until next time, man, y'all already know what it is, and y'all already know what we do, man.
What it do?
Peace.